Adherents of the Catholic Christian tradition believe in one, triune and incarnate God, the Father, Son and Holy Spirit, three persons in one God. Three persons means three separate beings, right? Well, not really in this case. The word persons is problematic in English because we think about people who are separate. The personhood is who they are, and the nature is what they are. And since God is eternal, infinite and unchangeable, there can be only one divine nature that all three persons share. God is a mystery, so it's all a guess, right? It's true that we cannot know everything about God, since God is infinite and we are not. This does not stop us from knowing some things about God. Jesus Christ is a perfect way to know God, since we can relate to him and he teaches us. The Church still accepts that God is a mystery and never fully knowable in our lives. We do know that the Trinity is an eternal exchange of love. The author of John's first epistle says that God is love, and the prophets of the Old Testament talk about God's love, with the words of Jeremiah telling us about its quality, and Isaiah telling us about God's commitment. If God can do anything, then it's possible for God to magically remove our sin and save us, right? No, God wouldn't do that, because God chooses to love us and gives us the greatest gift of free will to let us choose to love God. God has to find a way to help us, so the author of John's Gospel writes and tells us why the Incarnation is so important to us. The fact that the Son is both true God and true man was a really big deal in the early church, and still is today. So important was it that there were numerous councils and meetings held to try and sort it all out. There are a bunch of heresies and people coming and going in the church, even some excommunications. What is important is that we believe in the one person of Jesus Christ who has a full share of two natures. It's important that Jesus has two natures, as this is necessary for our salvation. If human beings could have saved themselves, they would have done so. That's impossible. Hence, Jesus' sacrifice must include his divine nature. Christ has the same free will that all humans have, and as part of his two natures, he freely chooses to offer his life in the place of all humanity. Jesus, who did not deserve death, chose it in our place to save us from it. So that's a very quick roundup of the essential belief in one, triune and incarnate God. Of course, there is always more we could say, and some things we can never really know.